Hello and happy birthday to all of the August Virgos out there. Hope you guys get to do something special for your special day. Welcome to your August 2023 tarot card reading. Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are new, my name is Jane. So this month is a really cool month. I'm very excited about August. I think this is kind of the month where we really start to awaken as the sun comes into its dignified position here in Leo, and then we move on into Virgo, which is going to help with the activity levels, which could be really, really fantastic for us. Now, I do apologize. I did not do the July astrology videos. For those of you who have been with me on my journey know that I have some health issues. And actually, June and July, there were some things that came up and it was just a lot harder to do things. I have to prioritize my Soul Seekers group, so I always try to get their content out. This month, I am hoping to do the August. We'll see how everything goes, the August astrology videos, so keep your eyes open for that. If I don't get it, it's probably just because I'm struggling just a little bit. So feel free to watch these tarot readings for either your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're here for love, you can certainly check out your Venus sign as well. And that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for being here. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your August 2023 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started with a card from my intuitive deck here. What is it that Virgo needs to know throughout the month of August? All right. I don't know. I feel like this has the potential to be a really easy month for Virgo. And when I say easy, I'm not saying there won't still be stuff that comes up because it's life and we're all human beings. But I feel like generally speaking, whatever it is you set your mind to, you're going to be able to just make it happen. There's not going to be a lot of, things that go completely awry, which is weird that I'm saying that, I must admit, since we are going to be in a Mercury pre-shadow for most of August, and then Mercury retrograde begins the same day Virgo season begins on the 23rd of August. So it's the fact that I'm even saying that to my Virgos is kind of an interesting thing to say. It's not going to be kind of, a straight shot. And it feels like Virgo is focused. It feels like Virgo has a really good head on their shoulders right now. There's not a lot of reason for you to doubt yourself, even if you're feeling called to do something that doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. I would say go for it anyway, because it will probably make a lot of sense later. You'll understand why you had to do something or say something or go somewhere or something like that. I feel like there's kind of a destiny, if we can say it that way, that there's some type of a destiny that is calling your name, and it seems like it's the only thing that you can hear right now, whether you realize it or not. Even if you feel like you're floundering or flailing in some way, shape, or form, I don't think you actually are. If you're not seeing a lot of movement right now, it doesn't mean there's not actually a lot of movement happening in kind of the more vibrational realm, because it is happening. I do see a lot of movement. I think Virgo is going to feel good about how August transpires, at least as we make our way into September later on. You're going to feel good about how this month went. And I don't think you're going to have a lot of regrets. And I don't think you're going to feel like you shouldn't have done something that you actually did. And I think that's a win for sure. That's definitely a win. All right. So Major Arcana card. What is it that Virgo needs to know throughout the month of August? Oh, and we get the Virgo card. Yeah. You're just sort of in your world. And I think this is a place that Virgo really thrives. The Hermit is about taking time to process and to be internal with yourself, to kind of do that contemplation thing or the meditation thing. But maybe this is the reason why it's so smooth, or this is the reason why there's not going to be a lot of bumps in the road. It's just because you're connected with yourself and you're not listening to a lot of the noise that the world is, giving. I think you just feel like, this is me, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and I'm just going to do it. And I don't think Virgo is going to be announcing a lot of stuff to the world. In fact, it's possible that Virgo has a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't really want to talk about quite yet. Maybe there's a project, maybe there's kind of a plan or a strategy that you're putting together. Maybe you're just not ready to share it, and that's fine. If you don't need to, don't. Keep it to yourself. That's fine. Later on, it will come out. But I don't know. Whenever the card for the sign that I'm reading for, so the Virgo card comes out for the Virgo reading, whenever that happens, it tells me that you're in a good place. You're in a really good place. All right. So who is in the environment that you need to be aware of then, Virgo? King of Wands, beautiful. So someone is somewhat involved. King of Wands is really creative. They're powerful. They exhibit a strong masculine energy, which I think will serve Virgo quite well right now. There are leadership abilities with the King of Wands. There's a sense of authority. This is someone that you may be going to for advice or counsel. This may be a significant other that is acting as like a true partner right now. I feel that the King of Wands is trying to be as of much help as possible. I think they care about you, Virgo, right? They care about your success. They care about what you have going on. Now, you may not remember, like if this is not your husband or your wife or your significant other in some way, shape, or form, it might be that you keep whatever it is you're working on from them. I don't think they're going to be having their feelings hurt about that, but I just want you to know that they really want to be a part of it, whatever it is. They like you, they see you, they respect you, they value you, and they're, I think, in a way excited to see what you come up with. Okay, but they do feel like they're waiting. I'm kind of getting that quality, like they're waiting for you. They're waiting for an answer. They're waiting to have a conversation. They're waiting to make something happen with you. And they might be getting a little impatient. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but they're getting a little impatient. But you guys just kind of seem like you're in different places right now, and that's fine. As long as there's communication, that you just say, hey, I just need to be in my hermit mode for a little while. I think they'll be okay with it. But if you go into hermit mode with no explanation whatsoever, this one might get a little feisty. Okay, so just make sure you're communicating and expressing what it is you need. If you need space, tell them, hey, I need space. Okay, let's see what else comes through. For Virgo, for the month of August, what does Virgo need to know here? Okay. So, using kind of a different deck this month. I think you're being driven by something painful right now. And this might be old, right? We have this card of emotional loss. This might not be something that you've recently gone through. This might be something that you've either been going through for a long period of time or something that happened a long time ago. But it does seem to be a driver for you right now. That this loss and this pain and the sadness and the heartache that you felt or are feeling is reason enough for you to never want to go back there. Now, I don't think this is, you running away from stuff. I don't think you are repressing anything or that you're in denial of stuff. It's just that this is putting you in a decision or a choice point where you get to make a choice, whether you want to dwell on the past or you can move on and build a beautiful future for yourself. And maybe that's why the hermit mode is so prominent, is because you're needing to really get on board with that decision to move on and to start building something great. And you're needing to do the things. And I think Virgo likes to do those types of things in private because they don't want any public failure. So if you're doing something and you're trying to move on, but no one knows about it and it doesn't really work, then it doesn't necessarily matter all that much. And it's not that you're afraid, it's just that you would rather people see you and people notice you when it's already working and when it's already succeeding. And so you might be kind of going a little bit against your own grain here, trying to get a new life started, trying to get a new project going, but like your lips are sealed because like what is the point of telling the world if you're not even sure if it's going to really work yet? I do feel like it is going to work, but I don't know that you're convinced that it is. And I see this Wheel of Fortune card or the Destiny card with the Transformation card, which tells me that you're kind of at the forefront of something pretty big in your life. You know, you're going through a big change. You're going through a sort of baptismal or a purification process right now. And that's a beautiful thing, but it's also not something you want everyone to see. And maybe that's why the King of Wands, I don't know, maybe that King of Wands feels a little bit too much right now because they want to be a part of it. And you're over here being like, no, but I don't want you to be a part of it. Maybe this is a part of you that you really don't want to be seen, not even by people that you love and care about. And not that you're ashamed, I just think this is how Virgo handles stuff. And with Saturn in opposition, Saturn is a highly isolating planet. So you might be feeling the isolating qualities of Saturn, not to mention the Sun and Venus retrograde in the 12th house as well. So maybe this is just Virgo trying to pull away from the world. And the King of Wands just might not really get that because maybe they're not going through the same transits as you are. You know, they're not going through the same aspects that you are. They don't understand your desire to be behind closed doors and go through something so special without them or without people that you love. But I think this is the way Virgo grows their butterfly wings, right? You go into the chrysalis first. And you explore and you learn. And you're learning in private because you don't want anyone to see the clunky process that learning can sometimes be. But when it's done and when you feel ready, I think you will emerge with something really, really special and unique, and something that maybe your King of Wands might even be like awestruck, like, oh, dang, like that's really amazing. That's a really good idea. That's a really great project. Wow, you've really done that. You've really grown like that. Wow, you know, and there's going to be a lot of admiration. Not that that's the goal. I don't think that's Virgo's goal at all. It's just probably just what's going to happen. Because that's what Virgo, you know, you always want to do everything so well all the time. And I know that Virgo, you want your rebirth process to kind of look effortless sometimes, even though you know how much effort goes into it. I don't know why, like, why is it that I'm feeling like Virgo is avoiding the ugliness right now? Or you're hiding the ugliness of the process. Hiding the ugliness of the process. Okay. Oh, I love the third eye chakra coming out, because it does tell me that something inspired is coming down the line. Oh, and then we have the Chariot card as well. Okay. So there's so much movement for Virgo. I'm sorry, I'm pausing. I'm pausing because I actually, like, so for those of you who don't know, you know all the clairs, like clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, right? It's just all these different kind of psychic qualities. I tend to identify more heavily with the clairsentience, which means I feel things when I do these readings, and I feel emotion. And when I saw this Triumph card, I got really, really excited. Like, the kind of excited, when you win tickets to something or you win a lottery or something like that. I feel that there's something very exciting. And Virgo, you are really excited about something. And maybe it's the excitement that makes this path so clear. Maybe something is coming down the line for you, a new project, a new idea, something new to sink your teeth into that is exciting and makes you excited to wake up in the morning. If you had been through a period of stagnation over the past few years, or maybe even longer than that, and things just kind of went cold or they sort of felt frozen in time, this is like things coming back to life. And maybe Virgo, you're feeling that, and you're feeling that zest and the energy and the passion. And maybe it is something new. And because it is something new, like I say, you kind of want to hide that learning process. But I think it gives you a reason to wake up in the morning. It gives you that sense of purpose and direction. Now, it may not be that you have the end-all be-all vision with all of this. It might just be like you're learning a new skill and you just love staying up late at night or waking up early in the morning. And like that's the thing you want to be doing. You want to be learning that thing. You want to be doing that thing. You want to be talking to that person. And it's just like, it doesn't feel heavy to me. It doesn't feel like it's something you have to do. It's something you genuinely want to do. And it's so beautiful how it's so connected to this transformation and destiny, and then the third eye chakra. Like this does seem like your higher self has implanted something within you. And that's one of the things about manifestation, right? There's two different ways to manifest something. On one hand, we can power through and force ourselves and stay focused and dedicated and grind and hustle and work hard. And there's nothing wrong with that. Or we can wait until a moment like this, when some kind of desire gets plunked into our heart beyond our control, like without our permission, it just happens. And then it starts to pull focus and we start to give energy and life into it and we enjoy it and we have really good feelings about it. And then all of a sudden it becomes a part of who we are. And I think with the transformation card, that's kind of how this is going. You are evolving into something completely different. You are becoming a completely different person. And it's something you are excited about, but also going back to what I repeated multiple times, there is a feeling of fear, or there is a feeling of hiding because you don't know what this is going to be yet. And you don't know how to explain it. You don't know how to define it. You don't know how to justify it quite yet. Here's your King of Wands. Why do you want to stay up late doing this? Wouldn't you rather spend time with me? You're like, no, I really would rather not. I'd rather be doing this thing. Well, what even is it? I don't want to talk about it right now. That kind of thing. It might be something not necessarily very understandable because you yourself can't quite understand it. And you don't want to ruin it. It feels like Virgo doesn't want to ruin it by talking about it or ruin it by bringing other people in. The King of Wands is someone who would ask a lot of questions. And there are questions that I don't think Virgo is prepared to answer. Questions like, why are you doing it? What is exactly, what purpose does it serve? Well, what are you expecting to get out of it? What do you think is going to happen? Those types of questions Virgo's not prepared to answer. And I think those types of questions really limit the beauty of what's going on here. Because when we're channeling, and clearly you are with that third eye chakra in the very center of the spread, when you are channeling like this, questions act as like wrenches in the spokes. When you overthink, you halt the process. And I think this is a matter of Virgo just doing, just going, just making, just learning, and letting everything else unfold later on. And I love the Memories of Love card because this feels like something is coming back. feels like something is reigniting within you. And I love that there's little candles with fire on that image, because it does feel like a fire. It feels like a passion. And what better time to feel that passion than Leo season? And it may feel small at first, but I'm kind of sensing like what starts off small is going to snowball. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, especially if you let it. Now, there is an indication that Virgo might justify and rationalize themselves out of it, because you might view this as a distraction. And I think that would be sad. That would be a sad thing, because I don't think this is going to go away. Once this is put into your heart, this will always be in the back of your mind. So you can say no to this because maybe it's not really in line with like your life plan or something. You can push this away. You can suppress this if you want. But guaranteed, this is going to come back with a stronger force later on. If you allow yourself to ease your way into this, and I'm telling everyone this is not Virgo specific, we are all easing into new identities right now. With the North Node in Aries, with Pluto going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius over the next year and a half. It really is a year and a half with the North Node in Aries. We are developing all these new identities, and this could be a part of who you become if you allow yourself to become it. It just feels a little too new and a little too fresh, and I think there's maybe still some fear about it, but I don't think there should be. All right, let's take a look. Last row, we have material and spiritual prosperity. We have solar plexus chakra, and we have triumphant success. Okay, look, triumph and triumphant success right next to each other. There is no threat of failure. I'm just going to tell you that right now. There is no threat of failure. Now, be careful of how you define success, because if your definition of success is only money or only a specific outcome, then yeah, maybe it won't be as much of a success as you think. But if you have an open-ended definition of success, meaning something that brings you joy or something that lights you up or makes you feel alive, then yeah, this will absolutely be maybe one of your greatest triumphs in life, one of your greatest victories. And I love the solar plexus chakra because it's courageous. And I think this does require courage. And what better time to exhibit courage than Leo season? To be bold, to be fearless, to be aggressive with this too. To not let any self-doubt wiggle its way in. And that's hard for a Virgo, I know. That kind of is wired in sometimes for Virgo. But this is not a time to let those self-doubts creep in. Because, I mean, if they do creep in, it's just going to be one of those matters of like, all right, well, I'm going to do it anyway. But now I said, I was talking about how you define success, but we have spiritual prosperity, but also material prosperity. I mean, you can define success as being financial or some type of more materialistic thing. You will likely get it, but I don't want you to forget the spiritual component of this. Waking up and being happy, that's a win. Staying up late and thriving, doing something that lights you on fire, that's a win. Being excited to develop and learn and grow, and being excited to transform yourself, that's also a win. If those things just so happen to have material rewards as well, then that's like even a bigger win. But I don't think you're doing this only for the material rewards. Because I think if you did it only for the material reward, it would be a sad experience, and it would quickly become obligatory, and it would quickly become standard, and it would quickly become dull, and it would quickly become an energetic drain. And that's not what's happening. This is bringing life into you. It's not sucking life out of you. So I say do it. If you have to keep it in private, fine. I know your King of Wands might be annoyed with it, but it's just kind of what needs to happen. Don't let anyone else kill it with questions. And I think it's a little too fragile right now to let anyone rush in and try to help you or advise you. As much as I know you care about this King of Wands, or you love this person, or is as big of a role that they have in your life, it's just too premature. So they may just have to deal with the fact that they have to be on the outside of it. Okay? All right, so let's pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to pull out a whole bunch of new cards, clarifying everything. We're going to talk about all these cards in the comprehensive reading, and the link for that will be found in the description box down below. So please make sure you check that out. So let's take a look here and clarify the Hermit card. So what else does Virgo need to know about this Hermit here? Ooh, another Ace of Swords, 10 of Swords, and a Queen of Wands. Beautiful. For the environment, what else does Virgo need to know about their environment? Page of Swords, 2 of Cups, and another King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands is coming in double time. All right. And for the emotional loss card, which is like a 5 of Cups, the Lovers, that's the choice point, exactly what I was saying. And then the Emperor and the Star, beautiful. The Star right next to a Destiny or a Wheel of Fortune card. It's really positive. 8 of Cups, 3 of Coins, the Devil, another Ace of Swords, Page of Coins, 4 of Coins, 4 of Swords, I love. 8 of Wands, I love. I love the movement. We've got Strength. For the third eye, we have the Knight of Coins, 3 of Wands, Three of Swords. Beautiful. 10 of Coins, a Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Coins, a triumph indeed. Triumph indeed. All right, the Moon, 6 of Wands, another Queen of Wands, 7 of Wands, Queen of Coins, Page of Cups, and for the final card for Virgo, we have the Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, and 9 of Coins. All right, beautiful. Virgo, this is where we're going to pick up. So again, if you want to join, all the links are down below. Thank you all so much. You know, I love you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.